Welcome to another deep dive, and today we'll be exploring the life and work of Priyamvada Natarajan.
Priyamvada Natarajan.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
So for our listeners who may not be familiar with her work, what can you tell us about her?
Well, she's an astrophysicist.
Okay.
And she's known for mapping the invisible universe.
Mapping the invisible universe.
Yes.
So basically like charting things we can't even see.
Exactly, like dark matter.
Dark matter.
Dark energy.
Okay, got it. So how did she even get started in this field?
Well, she was born and raised in India.
Okay.
And she was always fascinated by space.
Was this a common career path in India at the time?
Not really, especially for women. It was pretty unusual.
So she had to overcome some hurdles to pursue her passion.
Definitely, it took a lot of determination.
I can imagine. So how did she end up like on the world stage doing this incredible work?
Well, she got her undergraduate degree in physics from Delhi University.
Okay.
And then she went to MIT.
MIT.
Yes.
Wow.
And got 2 more undergraduate degrees.
2 more?
Or in physics and math.
So she has 3 undergraduate degrees.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's incredible.
She's brilliant.
Clearly.
Yeah.
But MIT wasn't her final stop.
No, she went on to Cambridge University.
Okay.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, lay it on me.
She developed this incredibly bold theory about black holes.
Black holes, I'm listening.
She believed that black holes drive these powerful cosmic winds.
Cosmic winds, what are those exactly?
They're like huge outflows of gas that travel at incredible speeds.
Okay.
And they can actually shape entire galaxies.
So it's not just the black hole itself, it's like this wind coming from it that has a big impact.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so she came up with this theory at Cambridge. And then what?
Well, she had to wait for 20 years for it to be proven.
20 years?
Yes.
Wow, talk about patience.
I know, right?
So was she right in the end?
Oh, yeah. In 2019, they finally got the observational data to confirm it.
That must have been an amazing feeling after all those years.
I bet it was a huge vindication.
So this proves that black holes have a much bigger influence than we maybe thought before.
Exactly. It really changed our understanding of how galaxies evolve.
This is blowing my mind. But wait, there's more, right?
Mm.
She also did groundbreaking work on dark matter and dark energy.
That's where her mapping skills come in.
Okay, so how do you map something that's invisible?
Well, it's not easy, but she uses this technique called gravitational lensing.
Gravitational lensing?
Yeah, it's pretty complicated, but basically she looks at how light bends around massive objects.
Okay.
And by studying those distortions, she can map out the distribution of dark matter and dark energy.
So it's like she's looking at the shadows of invisible things.
That's a good way to put it.
This is incredible. I mean, it's like she's revealing a whole hidden universe.
Exactly. And her maps are showing us that dark matter isn't just randomly scattered.
Oh, really?
It forms this incredible cosmic web with these long filaments and clusters.
A cosmic web.
Yeah, it's like a giant scaffolding for galaxies to form on.
So dark matter is like This is amazing. We've covered a lot of ground already, but I want to go back to her journey for a second. You know, going from India to the world stage, did she ever talk about the challenges she faced along the way?
You know, it's interesting. She rarely focused on the obstacles.
Really?
She always emphasized the positive, like how those challenges fueled her determination.
So even though she was facing resistance, she never let it stop her.
Exactly. She often talked about the importance of diversity in science.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, the universe is so vast, we need all kinds of perspectives to understand it.
You got it. And that's what makes Priyamvada's contribution so important. She's not just pushing the boundaries of astrophysics, she's also inspiring a whole new generation of scientists.
Especially women in STEM.
Absolutely. She's a role model for anyone who dreams of exploring the universe.
Okay, I'm hooked. Let's talk more about these maps and what they're actually telling us about the universe.
Yeah. All right, let's dive in and see what secrets they hold.
I'm ready.
Get ready for some mind-blowing stuff because we're about to enter a realm where the invisible becomes visible and the universe, as we know it, starts to look very different.
Let's do it. All right, so we're diving in to this realm where the invisible becomes visible. What are these maps actually showing us?
Well, one of the things that really surprised everyone is that dark matter isn't just evenly spread out.
Oh.
It forms this sort of like a cosmic web.
A cosmic web.
Yeah, with these dense clusters and these filaments connecting them. It's like,
So it's not just like a random cloud of dark matter.
no, not at all. It's got structure.
It's organized.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, so how do we even know that these structures exist if we can't see dark matter?
Right. Well, that's where the gravitational lensing comes in.
Okay, remind me how that works again.
So basically, massive objects like dark matter clusters, they can bend light.
Okay.
And so by studying how that light is distorted, we can actually trace the outline of those structures.
So it's like looking at the shadows of something we can't see directly.
Exactly. It's like a cosmic detective game.
I like that. Okay, so we've got this cosmic web made of dark matter, and it's providing the structure for galaxies. But what about dark energy? Where does that fit in?
Ah, yes, dark energy. That's the mysterious force that's accelerating the expansion of the universe.
Right, and it's like pushing everything apart.
Exactly. So you've got this tug of war going on between dark matter, which is pulling things together, and dark energy, which is pushing them apart.
So it's like a cosmic battle?
In a way, yes. And by studying how these two forces interact,
Yeah.
we can learn a lot about the evolution of the universe.
So Priyamvada is basically mapping out this entire invisible battlefield.
That's a great way to put it. It's really groundbreaking work.
It is. Okay, so we've talked about the challenges she faced and the amazing discoveries she's made. But what about recognition? Has she gotten any, like, awards or anything?
Oh, yeah. She's received tons of recognition.
Like what?
Well, she got the Guggenheim Fellowship. She's a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences.
Oh.
And she was even named one of Time's 100 most influential people in 2024.
Wow. That's impressive. So it's not just the scientific community that's recognizing her work.
Oh, she's really become a global icon.
I bet that means a lot to aspiring scientists, especially women in STEM.
Oh, absolutely. She's a huge inspiration.
It's so important to have role models like her to show that anything is possible.
I agree. And you know what's really remarkable about her?
About-
She's so humble.
Really?
Yeah, she never boasts about her achievements. She just seems genuinely passionate about understanding the universe.
That's awesome. So for all the aspiring scientists out there listening, what advice do you think she would give them based on her own journey?
I think she'd encourage them to be curious,
Oh, okay.
to never stop asking questions, and to not be afraid to challenge conventional thinking.
To be like her, basically always pushing the boundaries.
Exactly, because that's how real breakthroughs happen.
That's great advice. But it's one thing to say be curious. It's another to actually do it. How do you think she cultivates that kind of curiosity?
Well, she's a big believer in interdisciplinary thinking.
What does that mean?
It means looking beyond your own field and exploring connections with other areas of knowledge.
So it's not just about specializing, it's about making connections.
Exactly, because sometimes the most exciting discoveries happen at the intersection of different fields.
Can you give me an example?
Well, her work on dark matter, it involves astrophysics, obviously,
Right.
but also computer science statistics, even art.
Art.
Yeah, because visualizing data, creating maps of these invisible structures, it requires a certain level of artistic sensibility.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. So it's not just about crunching numbers, it's about finding creative ways to represent those findings.
Exactly, and that's a valuable lesson for anyone, not just scientists.
So it's about thinking outside the box, finding creative solutions. I'm starting to see how her work goes beyond astrophysics. It's really about a way of thinking, a way of approaching the world with curiosity.
You're getting it, and that's what makes Priyamvada so remarkable.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember about her work?
I think the biggest takeaway is that the universe is full of mysteries, and those mysteries are waiting to be unraveled, and it's through human curiosity, ingenuity, and collaboration that we'll continue to make these groundbreaking discoveries and expand our understanding of the cosmos.
It's incredible to think that we've only just scratched the surface of what's out there. I mean, 95% of the universe is made up of stuff we can't even see that's both terrifying and exhilarating at the same time.
It really is, and that's what makes Priyamvada's work so important. She's not just mapping the universe. She's expanding our awareness of how much we don't know.
So it's less about finding all the answers and more about asking the right questions.
Precisely, and those questions can lead us to incredible discoveries, not just about the universe, but about ourselves as well.
That's a really interesting point. How does studying the universe lead to discoveries about ourselves?
Well, think about it. We're all made of stardust, right? The atoms in our bodies were forged in the hearts of ancient stars. Exploring the universe is a way of exploring our own origins, our place in this grand cosmic story.
Wow, I never thought about it that way. It makes you feel connected to something much larger than yourself.
Exactly. And Priyamvada often talks about how science is a deeply human endeavor. It's driven by curiosity, by a desire to understand the world around us, and ultimately to understand ourselves.
That's beautiful. So it's not just about equations and data. It's about a sense of wonder and a search for meaning.
Absolutely. And that sense of wonder is something she wants to share with everyone. She believes that the universe is our common heritage and that its exploration is our shared destiny.
I love that quote. It makes me think about all the young people out there who are just starting to explore their own passions and dreams. What message do you think Priyamvada's story has for them?
I think her story is a powerful reminder that anything is possible if you're willing to work hard, persevere, and never give up on your dreams.
Especially for young women in STEM.
Absolutely. She's a shining example of what women can achieve in fields that have traditionally been dominated by men.
Her journey is so inspiring. It's a testament to the power of breaking barriers and defying expectations.
And you know what else is inspiring? She's incredibly passionate about making science accessible to everyone, not just those in academia.
Oh, really? How did she do that?
Well, she's written several popular science books, she gives public lectures, and she's actively involved in science outreach programs.
That's fantastic. It's so important to make science engaging and understandable for the general public.
I agree, and she does it in a way that's both informative and entertaining. She's a natural storyteller, and she has a gift for explaining complex concepts in a way that anyone can grasp.
Well, I think she's definitely succeeded in making astrophysics fascinating for me. I'm left with a sense of awe and a desire to learn more.
That's the best outcome we could hope for, and I think that's the essence of Priyamvada's message, to inspire curiosity, to ignite a passion for exploration, and to remind us that the universe is full of wonders just waiting to be discovered.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the incredible world of Priyamvada Natarajan, I want to leave you with this thought. Take a moment to look up at the night sky and let yourself be filled with a sense of wonder. Remember that you are part of this vast and mysterious universe, and that your own journey of exploration is just beginning.
Yeah, it really is kind of mind-blowing when you think about how much is out there that we don't even know about.
It's humbling.
It is.
And that's what's so cool about Priyamvada's work. She's really pushing the boundaries of our knowledge.
So she's not just like giving us answers, she's raising more questions.
Exactly. She's showing us how much more there is to learn.
So it's about asking the right questions then.
Yeah, and those questions can lead us in some really amazing directions.
Not just about the universe, but about ourselves too. Right, because when you think about it, we're all connected to the universe.
How so?
Well, we're all made of stardust, right?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah, the atoms in our bodies were created in stars billions of years ago.
So we're like walking pieces of the universe.
Exactly. So studying the universe is a way of studying ourselves in a way.
Wow, that's deep.
And Priyamvada talks about that a lot, about how science is this very human endeavor.
It's not just about cold, hard facts.
No, it's about curiosity and this desire to understand the world around us.
And ultimately to understand ourselves.
Right, it's a search for meaning.
Yeah, I like that. So it's not just about equations and data. It's about this sense of wonder.
Exactly, and that sense of wonder is something she really wants to share with everyone.
And she does that by?
Well, she writes books, she gives lectures.
Oh, cool.
She's really passionate about making science accessible to everybody.
That's awesome, because sometimes science can feel really intimidating.
It can, especially astrophysics.
Yeah, exactly.
But she has this way of explaining things that makes it really engaging and understandable.
She's a good storyteller.
She is. She really knows how to connect with people.
Well, I think she's definitely inspired me to learn more about the universe.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, I feel like I've just scratched the surface.
Me too. There's always more to discover.
Always more mysteries to uncover.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of it.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into the incredible world of Priyamvada Natarajan.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It has. And I want to thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners, I hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and inspired you to explore the universe and all its wonders. And who knows, maybe one of you will make the next groundbreaking discovery.
The possibilities are endless.
Until next time, keep looking up.